What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 458 of Community Universe Mode, edition number 53 of Reality Wrestling. It took me a little bit of a minute, even though I literally just wrote it in the title. I don't think that intro is ever fully going to go perfectly. But whatever, everybody. Suntan, Topher, Botch, Quincy, Crispy, Soul, you little baby boy. Welcome all for a late edition of Reality Wrestling. Around 5:30 here. It's probably the latest that Reality Wrestling has ever gone live. But my fine feathered friends, an action-packed edition as always, as things are going to get started with some singles action. And Stan Bowers, newcomer, in his first one-on-one matchup. He debuted on last week's Reality Wrestling in a fatal four-way. Was not involved in the decision. Did not pick up the victory. Now a chance to try and bounce back and show us what he's truly got. Be going one-on-one with Adam Scott here. And of course, guys, we are just days away from the third annual Absolution here in CMV. What? Just days away from the third annual Absolution here in CMV, where not one but two Royal Rumble matches will be taking place. Of course, for the first time ever, Paul Devine will put his CMV Undisputed Championship on the line against 29 other Fusion superstars. This happening after Devine cockily, is that a word, cockily? I guess arrogantly, after winning the championship for the fifth time at Regicide, in an interview said it'll take the entire Fusion roster to get the title off of him. Well, interim general manager Yuri Sokolov gonna give him the chance to back up those words. And then, of course, along with that, the actual Royal Rumble match itself. 30 superstars competing for the right to headline the last pay-per-view of the year, Homecoming. The World Championship opportunity of their choice. Both these superstars will be involved in that Rumble as they look for a little last bit of momentum. And besides the two Rumbles even, guys, Absolution, so many other great matches. The triple threat match for the CMV Alpha World Championship. Guri Sakura, Bob Luger, and of course the champ, the Bloody Brick, Chris Andrews. Not to mention, 2 years in the making, Johnny Sampson and Schmitty one-on-one. Both men's careers on the line. As here we go. What is going to be a hell of a night of action. We have up next after this, a fatal four-way elimination match to find the next contender for the CMV Rising Star Championship. RGP, Zach Smith, Billy Shaw, and Twisted going to be going at it, excuse me. And on top of that, in the main event, the Rising Star Championship actually going to be on the line. Ryan Riley getting the one-on-one shot at the championship he was supposed to receive a couple months ago at Dark Carnival. He'll be challenging Brandon Rain. Remember, Brandon actually retained the title last Saturday at Wild Card, which made it 2 defenses for him. So he can cash in, but Brandon Rain, after that matchup, said he can't cash in the championship. The title is a part of him, and he cannot allow Black Gale to be released. As long as he holds that championship, he knows that he can keep Black Gale locked up. So Brandon Rain will not be relinquishing the championship. He'll try to defend it as long as he can. Reminds me of Miles Kelly. When he held the championship, didn't want to cash it in. Instead chose to defend it as these two are going right at it. Stan Bowers had a nice start, but now Adam Scott is firing back at a Tequila Sunrise being locked in. Adam Scott clearly the smaller. Stan Bowers got the size advantage, the weight advantage, definitely strength advantage, but Adam Scott going to try to use his agility to outmaneuver Bowers. Nice escape there by the big man. We've also got Cyborg Invitational action going down in our co-main event. For the first time in a long time, both Adam Valentine and Josh Wolf return to Reality Wrestling. Josh Wolf has the chance to take the lead. He's currently tied for first with Reese Ortiz, both men at 2-0, while Adam Valentine sits at 1-1 right now. He's going to try to go positive. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm... Ooh! Stan Bowers just clotheslined Adam Scott into the ring apron. The way that Scott's spine bent over the freaking side of the ring there was just nasty looking. We're already at the count of 4, man. Referee Poe not taking an easy 5 now. Sure would be a shame to start off reality wrestling with a count out finish, but I'm sure Stan Bowers wouldn't mind that. He doesn't seem the kind of guy to really care about how he wins, as he drops Adam Scott face first on the ring apron. Now throws him back in. Okay, we're going to keep this match going clean. Aloha World Championship. And guys, there's actually some big news regarding reality wrestling, the future of reality wrestling, which I will get into a little bit later. But this will be the last ever episode of reality wrestling here, number 53. The last episode of reality wrestling. You're hearing that right, ever. The show entirely isn't going away, but like I said, we're going to talk about it more as the show gets going. But definitely one hell of a card to go out on, as Adam Scott gets draped across the top rope. Chest first, hooks leg of Stan Bowers. Just a 1 count. First pinfall attempt of the match here. And the guys, a tweet from Adam Valentine says, "Tonight I proved that Josh Wolf is nothing but a fraud as I steamroll through him, Zaire and Ortiz, to become the next Alpha World Champion." Cheeky jab right there by Adam Scott. Toss over Fireman Terry. Now brought up to a vertical base. Stan Bowers, guys. What's he going for here? Air raid siren by the big man, the rookie, using his weight to just squash Scott right there. Scott, whose husband is currently involved in the Invitational. Like I said, he's tied for first with Josh Wolf. Reese Ortiz getting a night off here on Reality Wrestling and tomorrow on Genesis. Of course, tomorrow we're supposed to see Adam Valentine and Dule Zaire going at it in invitational action, but Zaire actually had a bit of a confrontation with general manager Castle Fate last week after what Reese Ortiz did to him following their invitational matchup. Big spear by Adam Scott, guys, just chopped the lumberjack of a man down to size. 1, 2, just a 2 count though, not going to be enough to get Adam Scott the victory here. Kicking off the last ever episode of Reality Wrestling. But Dule Zaire says he is kind of going on strike after he beat Ortiz last week. The former undisputed champion kind of frisked him a little bit, kind of felt him up a little bit, copped a little bit of a feel, if you will. And Zaire was not too happy about that, said he wanted something to be done, but Castle Fate refused. So Dule Zaire said he's not going to be showing up for the matchup. We'll have to wait to see what exactly happens, as that was a little bit weird, but Stan Bowers able to escape from the body scissors. Did we get a suntan tweet somewhere? What? How do I ignore you? And just a very straightforward tweet here by Josh in response to Valentine. Says, "Try." Look at Stan Bowers, man. That sheer power just whipping Scott across the ring. Now an arm drag. Stan Bowers brought up to a vertical base. Adam Scott able to maintain control for now. Maybe if he can get off one more spear, he'll be able to put Bowers down once and for all. Stomp down the lower spine. Once again, Adam Scott going to lock in this tequila sunrise, targeting the arm and the leg. Kind of like an arm bar and a half Boston Crab, locked it at the same time. And Adam Scott's known to tap people out with that knee bar of his, so perhaps trying to wear down Stan's knee a little bit before going for that. A snapmare. And Stan Bowers dropping down into a big old claw. And when applied by a man the size of Stan Bowers, that actually hurts. Just squeezing down on your tricep. Scoop slam attempted. Adam Scott, though, wildly able to drop down behind in a back suplex, showing off his strength. Stan Bowers got to be nearing 300 pounds. Adam Scott maybe 150, soaking wet, it looks like. The corner. Whatever Adam Scott was trying for there, countered by Big Bowers. Stan the man with the plan. And his first singles matchup, certainly put it on. What a hell of an effort against Adam Scott. Busted wide open after that jawbreaker. Oh, wow. Adam Scott going to try to utilize those dirty heel tactics to bring an end to this matchup and put down the rookie Stan Bowers. Adam Scott's still a rookie in his own right, though. He'll do whatever he has to get the win here. We also got William Strong in action for the first time since his debut a couple of weeks ago, defeating former world champion Travis King. He takes on Park Sung-ho. Out of the military press, dropped into a European uppercut. Stan Bowers taking a quick moment to catch his breath, breathe a little bit. Now he's wasting some time, allowing Adam Scott to get back up to his seat using the ropes. I don't know if that was such a good idea, but now Irish Whip in the corner. Adam Scott slowly approaches him. Scott with a shoulder thrust, another shoulder thrust. Now a kick to the midsection, another stomp, stomp after stomp. Doing some real damage to those ribs. Lateral press right here. 1, 2. Remember, guys, this weekend is the 3rd annual Absolution event. The final stop before we get there tomorrow. Genesis, an absolutely great-looking card that is. Everybody out for momentum before the Royal Rumble matches. More than likely, guys, Absolution's going to be on Monday. I'm going to try to do like a test stream like Sunday morning to see if it's all right, if there's any lag or not. But more than likely, it's going to be on Monday. As Stan Bowers pulling off, paying homage to Tim LaFave with a Long Island Slam. Oh, I thought that was actually going to be enough to do it. Stan Bowers certainly did, as he argues with referee Poe. Someone asking for a lighter as Stan Bowers with a snapmare. Man, I did not expect this to be such a great back and forth matchup. Two polar opposites, really completely different styles, but they're putting on a banger here. Irish whip. Adam Scott now closing in, coming up from behind. Face to face. Shoulder thrust again. Oh, now targeting that gash that Stan Bowers has opened up on his forehead from a jawbreaker earlier. Oh, big boot to the temple. Stan Bowers is in La La Land right now. 1, 2. Nearly got the job done. Now it's Adam Scott with his hands on his hips like, are you kidding me? What does he got to do to keep down Stan Bowers? You can see those cogs turning in his head, formulating a plan, locking in this body scissors again. Stan Bowers has the key to escape. Yeah, oh, whoa, what's going on with his elbow there? Not like the way that was bending. Oh, Stan Bowers, a second time, guys, with that air raid siren. That has bad news written all over it for Adam Scott. Slipping into the deep end here. Face to face, Stan Bowers. Now the Northern Lights suplex showing off his wrestling aptitude. Quick rope break, and now the man with the plan has had enough. Looks to bring this match to another Long Island Slam. Hook in the leg as he drags away from the ropes. 1, 2, 3, and Stan Bowers is victorious. And his singles debut here in CMV. What a great matchup to kick off the last episode of Reality Wrestling, and a great win for the newcomer. Very competitive. I didn't expect that match would be so good. What a way to kick things off, though. For a night that should certainly be a good one. Stan Bowers using his superior power throughout the matchup, though, to chop Adam Scott down time and time again. Adam Scott kind of went hard with those shoulder thrusts. Obviously, the ribs of Stan Bowers were a target for him throughout, but simply not enough to get the job done once the dust settled. Great win for Stan the Man. All right, here up next, guys, it is Fatal 4-Way Elimination Style. #1 contendership for the Rising Star Championship is on the line as former champion RGP takes on the man who has been on a roll, NGW alumni Zach Smith, the Texan Dream Billy Shaw, and the Luchador from Mexico, Twisted. And, of course, the Rising Star Championship will be on the main event, so the winner of this will face the winner of that. It'll be Ryan Riley taking on the champion Brandon Rain coming up. But guys, as I touched on there during that first matchup, this is the last ever episode of Reality Wrestling here on number 33. It all comes to an end. It's been one hell of a ride. But not, well, I'm trying to formulate this, not going away, I guess you could say being rebranded as Reality Wrestling is going to be in favor of bringing back NGW. If you guys don't remember, NGW, there were two incarnations of NGW. First, it was run by Batman and then by Tim. Neither lasted particularly long, but now NGW is being brought back to replace Reality Wrestling, to be streamed by me on Thursdays. And really, it's I think Topher said it about the survey I posted a couple of days ago. Most of the feedback that I got was regarding Reality Wrestling. Most people said that it wasn't. One of the questions I asked was, do you think it's a waste of time? Most people think that it wasn't. They liked it, and they didn't think it was a waste of time. But I got a good couple of comments saying it needed to be like new life, if you will, needed to be breathed into it. So next week will be the first, well, I guess season 3 technically, if you want to be real technical about it, will be the first episode of season 3 of NGW. It's going to be completely new, pretty much starting from scratch. Every newcomer from now on that comes to this side of CMV is going to start on NGW before they go to Fusion, before they go to Genesis, and the NGW Championship is going to be brought back exclusively to be competed for on NGW. There's going to be pay-per-views for NGW. It's going to be like the first episode of the rebranded NXT, if you will. For a year and a half, they didn't have pay-per-views. The title was just defended on regular shows. So it's going to be like that. NGW Championship will be coming back, and the Rising Star Championship is going to become a mainstay on NGW as well. So this is the last ever episode of Reality Wrestling. Next week, NGW Season 3, Episode 1 will be coming back. As we saw Roderick G. Pullerman make his way to the ring, the former Rising Star champion, who of course lost his rematch back at Regicide. Tables, ladders, and chairs to his arch rival Brandon Rand. And if he wants another shot, if he wants to become a 2-time Rising Star champion, he's got to get through 3 other superstars, including this man, an NGW alumni, Season 1 alumni, Zach Smith, man, who lately has been on a tear. 3-match winning streak Smith is currently on. He's been very impressive, earning himself this chance to get that Rising Star title match, guys. And it's on next week's return of NGW that the winner of this matchup will get their shot at the Rising Star Championship against whoever walks out champion later on tonight between Ryan Riley and Brandon Rain. I think I'll put him on NGW, Suntan. Out third comes the Texan Dream, the beer drinking Billy Shaw, who's been pining since he debuted for his opportunity at the Rising Star Championship. Now the shot for him to earn it here. Yeah, I'm going to be adding an NGW roster page and everything to the site so you'll know who's on. Like I said, like as it currently is, you know, when I get new guys, they'll mostly compete on Reality Wrestling, but they'll also be on Fusion and Genesis at the same time every now and again before they like fully get, you know, put into storylines or title pictures, whatever. With NGW coming back, newcomers are going to be there for probably, you know, a good 2-3 months before I then put them on Fusion or Genesis. And last but not least here, guys, is Twisted. A man who's been here since the start of this season has really been struggling to break through and get himself a real shot at anything, really. But an absolutely phenomenal competitor. And Twisted has a positive win record as well here in CMV. One of the very few luchadors we have, and you know, across every roster. And Twisted is going to look to utilize his rare skill set to get himself that shot at the Rising Star Championship next week. No, Big Hellish is making a new one. Topher. No botch. All right, here we go. RGP, Zach Smith, Billy Shaw, and Twisted. This is elimination rules, which means that the last man standing will be the #1 contender for the Rising Star Championship. Who will they face next week on the rebranded NGW? We'll find out later on our main event when Ryan Riley gets his one-on-one shot against Brandon Rand. RGP looks for a quick elimination of the Texan Dream off that torture rack powerbomb. Only gets a 1 count. Kick to the chest to follow through. Would also like to announce, guys, that following Absolution, the Monday Night Fusion after Absolution, a 16-man tournament to find a #1 contender for the CMV Light Heavyweight Championship will begin. This happened last year. I think I'm going to make it a yearly thing. It just felt like a tournament in the Light Heavyweight division. Exciting news. Certainly going to bring some life into the Light Heavyweight division as well. The current champion, Percy Simmons, going to await his challenger. RGP right now, though, continuing his assault on Billy Shaw. Zach Smith brings Twisted back to the ring. Punch to the top of the head. Punch to the top of the head again. DDT to follow through. Attempted, but Twisted counters with the knee to the midsection. Ooh, nice brain buster. To follow it up, Pullman now. Billy Shaw to roll it across the entire ring to plummet to the outside. Twisted does not see Pullman coming from behind. Doesn't seem to really mind him, though. Not paying him much attention. There's a lot of people in CMV from WCF Botch. There's me, you, Suntan. Twisted is technically in CMV. He has a call over on Ferocity, and he pops in every now and again. There's Dash. Alvius was here just a couple of months ago before you came back. He left, though. What do I feel like I'm forgetting someone? I know I'm forgetting. There's someone else there that I'm completely forgetting right now. Oh, Batman. Forget like the most active one from WCF. Zach Smith back to the ring, coming up from behind on Billy Shaw as RGP tries to recuperate on the outside. Back suplex takes out the Texan Dream. See Twisted kind of scouting the area, waiting for his opening. Billy Shaw kick to the back of Zach Smith. That's going to send shooting pains up and down the spine. I think Shaw may have just tried for a signature. Right now, Twisted is going to get a face full of top turnbuckle. Ooh, now RGP with that ripcord knee strike. Meanwhile, Zach Smith with a shout out to El Jefe, the Arriba Man. I don't know if he would be happy to see that or insulted. A little bit of fish jack to Billy Shaw. Man, Zach Smith. Once the last incarnation of NGW ended and Zach Smith got called up to the main roster, he was really struggling to find any sort of win. I don't know what happened if he went to Zach Payne's training camp in the past couple of months, but man, the kid has been ultra impressive. And Smith now trying to get back up to his feet. Ooh, maybe playing possum. Lures RGP in. Elbow to the side of the head. Out on the apron. Crack to the jaw. Sends him tumbling out of the outside. Billy Shaw now going to get a knee to the face after receiving fish dick just moments ago. Rebound says twisted elbow. Oh, an elbow drop that's so sharp. Busts Shaw wide open. Blood now spurting from that gash on his forehead. I don't think you're thinking of... You're thinking of someone else, Cop, because Botch wasn't here when CMV first started. Botch didn't join until 2K16. You didn't even get it right. It's Eduardo and... it's not Eduardo and Angelico. It's Diablo and Angelico and Eduardo and the other one I'm forgetting right now. It starts with an H, I think. What's that? I don't know. That was Krim. You're thinking of Cop. Or if you're talking about, oh, that was Shane that owned Heaven or Hell. He wasn't a WCF guy. He was an XWL guy. Oh, cheeky snap suplex by Twisted. That might have been enough to get it if not for the rope break. Lucky for Shaw, who's bleeding badly out of that cut on his forehead. And RGP just got a very close-up meeting with that steel post. Knee down under the kidneys as Zach Smith wipes some sweat from his face. Remember, this is for #1 contendership for the CMV Rising Star Championship. The winner of this challenges either Ryan Riley or Brandon Rain, whoever comes out champion later on in our main event next week on the Season 3 premiere of NGW, the Reincarnation. NG3. Neckbreaker, no eliminations so far. We're pretty deep into this matchup. All four of these guys, you can tell that they really want. Oh! Billy Shaw just went for the Shaw driver and then knocked himself out somehow. Targeting the arm. Everybody seems to be going after Twisted for whatever reason. Irish whip to the corner. Here comes Zach Smith grabbing RGP into a front headlock. Tires the arm behind the back. Scoop slam. Meanwhile, hook and ladder. And Twisted goes splat in the corner. Now stomping a mud hole and looking to walk it dry. Pull him into the second turnbuckle. Might be looking for that jumping DDT of his. Shaw not going to let it happen. Deadly drive. Shaw feeling really good about himself. RGP up to his feet. Hook to the jaw from behind. And not going to do anything. But Zach Smith will. And Billy Shaw is going to break it up. Going for his comeback. Couple of clotheslines. Ducks the clothesline. Snap. Power slam by the Texan Dream. And Pullman just going to roll to the outside. Dropping like a sack of stones. Front headlock. Shaw bringing Smith up. Oh, finally. Shaw has tried numerous times this match to get off these jabs. That slobber knocker going to bring it all together. Nasty right hook. Oh, Twisted. Going to try to catch Shaw off guard. Another rope break. Shaving him. He needs a shave. Saving the beer drinking. Shaw from possible elimination, but oh boy, he's going to get saved again. Sharpshooter, but immediately a rope break. Billy Shaw getting oh so lucky, graced by the gods in this matchup. Still no eliminations in this fatal four-way. Oh, super kick. That's the second time Shaw has counted that super kick in this matchup. Backflip out of the suplex attempt by Twisted, though. And a modified, well, no, it was an Emerald Flosion. Yeah, there's the newcomers that are currently on Fusion and Genesis are going to be on NGW. So, like Stan Bowers, you know, etc. All new guys that currently mainly compete on reality wrestling and like recently came to CMV, they're going to be going NGW. And then any new cause going forward are going to be on NGW. No, there's only going to be the one championship that's exclusive to NGW. That's the NGW championship. Like I said, the Rising Star title start next week will mainly be competed for on NGW, but that can still be defended on Fusion, Genesis, and pay-per-views as well. But the NGW championship will solely be for NGW. As RGP locks in a Mudo lock. Is Shaw going to tap? Oh, no, he escapes. I thought he was going to tap for a second right there. Neck crank being applied. Kick right to the derriere. So I can't believe there's still no elimination. Shaw's going to change that. Shaw out of the corner. Discus, big boot. Yeah. Will RGP be the first to go? The former Rising Star champion. No. Wow. Roderick surviving. Just barely. Digging down deep. Like NXT Season 1 challenges. Rolling barrels down the ramp. Pie eating contests. Zach Smith, I think, just tried to shoot for his pile driver. Man, Billy Shaw is looking worse for wear. With the Royal Rumble coming up this weekend, Shaw, that's a bigger opportunity, you know, to win the Royal Rumble and head on to Homecoming for a world title match you're choosing. That might be more important than the Rising Star Championship. Shaw's risking injury. Uh, 10 miles out, Botch. 10 miles out, Botch. What you is, fam? I'll never forget. Forearm smash by Twisted, leaving him and Pullman alone in the ring. Billy Shaw recuperating, comes back into the ring. Coming up from the side, forearm smash, goes to those cheeky jabs of his. Somehow he's missing. Shaw getting a bit miffed. Oh! Pullman looking to eliminate Twisted with that rope-assisted pile driver of his. Not going to go for the pin, though. And Twisted just no-selling like a pro. Just never going to get an elimination here. Swinging face buster by RGP as Billy Shaw throwing out onto the apron. Damn, RGP just taking everybody out with this swinging face buster. Who is going to become the next challenger for the CMV Rising Star Championship? No eliminations. A good 15 minutes into this matchup. Thrown down onto the canvas. Knee to the chest. I bet Bateman thought that August Happy Town was worthy of main eventing implosion. Wow, it's the dog collar. Now I'm not going to call it, though. August Happy Town, get out of here. Off the top rope, Pullman. One that can surprise you from time to time with his agility. A little bit of a Daredevil-esque attitude he'll exhibit from time to time. Billy Shaw immediately comes into the ring. He knows that Twisted is probably taking the most damage besides him in this matchup. Again, his Shaw drive is broken up, though. And then the eyes of Pullman is broken up. Wow, Twisted just got saved from 2 finishers. Twisted having to dig down real deep in order to power out of that pin. Will this matchup ever get an elimination? These 4 men just want this shot at the Rising Star Championship so bad. They all refuse to go down. This is an awkward camera angle as Twisted counters Billy Shaw's offense into a sunset flip pin and nearly eliminates him as well. What a steal that would have been. Super kick by Smith, gonna bust Pullman wide open. That regal stretch was locked in momentarily. Billy Shaw refusing to tap, but then taken out with a snap German suplex. Smith to his feet. Smith and Twisted just faced off last week on Genesis in tag team action. Zach Smith's trying to take out Billy Shaw. Yes! Billy Shaw counters a pile driver. What a reversal by the Texan Dream. It's up to you, Hellish. Maybe make a couple of designs and upload them all, and I'll tell you which one I like. Go for it, though. Using the ropes for a little bit of tuning up the band, but of course RGP's going to ruin it. Every time one of these guys goes for a finisher, someone else breaks it up. Big old slap across the RGP, guys. We've seen him rarely hit this, but he's finished off matches with this before. RGP, double knees dug into the gut of Twisted. Billy Shaw going to let him go for the pin? No, Twisted is saved yet again from elimination. Maybe Zach Smith will try to... Yeah, Zach Smith's going to try to take it. Was too much time wasted. 1, 2. Yes, it was. Twisted able to survive. Big old backs. Oh, Zach Smith. That pile driver of his pulled off. Then a swift stomp to the face by Pullman. How did Twisted kick out? What is this? Snap suplex. Knee to the top of the head, though, by RGP. He wants another shot at the Rising Star Championship more than anything, but perhaps even further than that, he wants another shot at Brandon Rain. I'm sure if he wins this, he's hoping that Rain retains later on tonight against Ryan Riley. Why would Twisted break that up? Gonna lock in the sharpshooter, but that'll be an automatic rope break. Billy Shaw comes in, catches Zach Smith off guard, tosses him to the outside to deal some big-time damage. Scoop slam by RGP. Or 2 RGP reverse into a back suplex. This has got to be the longest I've ever seen an elimination matchup go on without any eliminations. Woo! Big Xander Slate fan. Locking in the last Chancery submission hold, and perhaps it'll be enough. Oh no, Twisted able to escape. The only fusion superstar of this lot being Billy Shaw. DDT by Twisted, turns to the crowd looking to feed off of their energy. The denizen of death. Cop just didn't treat him right, you know. Oh, sweet chin music by Twisted to pull him in. Meanwhile, Billy Shaw getting off that combination of his on Smith, but this might be an elimination. 1, 2, no, Pullerman. How in the hell has there not been an elimination yet? What is Shaw doing? Billy Shaw. Oh, of course, how did that hurt Billy Shaw? That hurt his soul. He was like, God damn it, I was about to get the fans up on their feet. No! What the? Billy Shaw just spear twisted through the barricade. What the hell is this match? I told you this was going to be a hell of a last episode of Reality Wrestling. We still have so much to go. Invitational action, the Rising Star title on the line in the main event, and Twisted just got speared through the barricade. These two know they got to go all out. This match is going to go down to the history books. Good God almighty, man. Twisted. I don't know how he's standing on his feet right now. We've got a collapsed barricade. Still no eliminations. All 4 of these guys deciding that now is a good time to fight on the outside. Zach Smith busted open. I have absolutely no idea when he got cut. And he's done that crimson mask as well, man. His entire face is a crimson red. Jawbreaker by Smith, man. Can he keep his winning streak alive as Billy Shaw uses the upper to pull himself up? RGP down on one knee. The only one not bleeding profusely is Twisted. Little sidewinder suplex there by the Texan Dream as Twisted awaits in the wings. Irish whip into the corner. What does Twisted have in mind here? Surely it's nothing pretty. If your name is Billy Shaw, shoulder first into the steel post. These four superstars pulling out all the stops for the last episode of Reality Wrestling here, number 53. Number one contendership with the Rising Star title on the line. Pullerman gonna go for that pump handle driver of his. What? Oh, that was somehow a rope break. I don't see how. Gonna have to check the replay on that. I do not believe that was a rope break. Oh, I guess the tip of his boot was touching the middle rope. Oh! Shaw driver! Can we finally have an elimination? 1, 2. No, are you joking? All these guys are on the same thing that King Matt was on during Fusion. And his match against Bloody Justice. Triangle dropkick by RGP, who now goes back out to the apron as Zach Smith to his feet. What is this? What is this match? Springboard senton by RGP. Zach Smith looking to bring Billy Shaw up to his feet. Oh, Pullman gonna go for that. I honestly, it's like a modified surfboard stretch muffler combination majig thing. Yeah, these two trying to put on this unforgettable matchup. I don't know how any four of these guys are going to be ready for Absolution this weekend. Let alone that their championship match next week on the returning NGW. Oh, Pullman looking to shatter Shaw's dreams. The eyes. Twisted, you freaking ding-dong. Why would he break that up? Oh, let's see if Zach Smith... Oh, he's not going to go for the pin. Inverted suplex. Twisted's like, wait, none of us can be eliminated. It's not allowed. Maybe Twisted wants to be the one to take out Billy Shaw. But Zach Smith going to look to hammer the final nail in the coffin of Shaw, who's still reeling from the eyes of Pullman. Another pile driver. That's got to do it for Shaw. There's no way he kicks out of that. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Billy Shaw is the first man eliminated after a solid 20 minutes in this matchup. What a performance by Shaw. Hopefully he'll be okay enough to compete in the Rumble match this weekend at Absolution 3. But his Rising Star Championship aspirations for now are being put on hold, as we still need 2 more eliminations before this match will come to an end. Now a triple threat. Irish whip to the corner. Zach Smith to the outside. RGP gets his arm snapped over the shoulder, twisted like a twig, but Twisted drops down. Maybe playing possum action roll, walks right into the grasps of Pullman, though. Ducked to the outside, eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Yeah, Wolf coming back to make Reality Wrestling relevant again one last time. The inaugural 2-time Rising Star Champion action in a coming event against Adam Valentine in Cyborg Invitational action. Remember, this is not Falls Count Anywhere, though. These 3 guys got to take the action back into the ring for a pinfall or submission. Billy Shaw stumbling his way to the back. I got you, Botch. RGP thrown back in the ring, Twisted, and Zach Smith following suit. Oh, Twisted is gonna Zach Smith breaks it up. He says, nah. Man, Zach Smith is bleeding bad. He is covered in blood. Goes for a super kick. Maybe a little bit too twisted. No, I thought for a second. Zach Smith is not like either man. And a stun gun to maneuver that. Oh, to another stun gun. No. Chris Benoit's ghost. And a super kick. Coleman just getting jerked around like a freaking ding dong right now. What up, Dash? Irish whip. It looks like Zach Smith and Twisted have formed like some sort of alliance to try to eliminate Pullman. See him as the bigger threat, being a former Rising Star champion. Smith just trying to roll to the outside as Twisted lining up the shot, guys. Might have this matchup in the bag, but Zach Smith decides that it's a good idea for him to cut him off. Goes for a gourd buster, knee down to the top of the head. Now he's going to take whatever Twisted had in store for Pullman. Single knee gut buster. This is the second matchup, Dash. This Fatal 4 has been going on like 20 plus minutes. We just got the first elimination like 5 minutes ago. Shaw is out. Number one contendership for the Rising Star title is on the line. The winner of this will challenge whomever comes out as champion later on in our main event between Ryan Riley and Brandon Rain on the season 3 premiere of NGW. Reality Wrestling will be no more come next week. This is the final episode. NGW returns. It'll be a tournament to crown the first ever NGW champion. Yeah, we still got William Strong in action taking on Park Sung-ho, Adam Valentine, and Josh Wolf in their invitational matchup. The Eyes of Pullman, and Zach Smith kicks out. Man, this kid, I don't know if it was Zach Payne's training camp. I don't know if it was a bit of boon juice, but Smith, he's turned it up a notch. How impressive has he been? Knife edge chop right across the chest. Gonna light that thing up like the 4th of July. A second time, but Twisted breaks it up, of course. That's the second time Twisted has broken up RGP's finishing maneuver in this match. I don't know exactly what Twisted's trying to do here. Somersault cutter, though, by Pullman out of the corner off that second turnbuckle. That might be enough to do him in. Twisted thinks so. No, Zach Smith just going to avoid being pinned. Rolls to the outside. Great strategy there. It's an outfalls count anywhere. Knee to the chest now by Twisted. Front headlock pulling in the former Rising Star champion. Kick to the gut. Eyes of Pullman by Twisted. Now it's going to be another 20 minutes before we get our next elimination here. Or maybe not. Perhaps I spoke too soon. Super kick. I think that's about the 20th super kick RGP's eaten in this matchup. 1, 2. I have no words for this match. The script out the window. Put through a shredder. The scraps. Oh, super kick to Twisted. Jeez Louise, Papa Cheese. Elbow drop, kick to the top of the head of Zach Smith. Pullman reeling, super kick now to Smith. But Pullman not allowing Twisted to go for the pin. What would be a prime opportunity. There's that fucking surfboard muffler stretch combo that Pullman likes to use. RGP now with that modified triangle drop kick of his as Smith is draped over the second rope. That alone quite possibly be enough to score the elimination, but RGP wants to be completely sure as he's going to put Smith in the corner. Now going to turn around, going to look at that ass of them jeans, boy. Elbow to the side of the head, though. Here comes Twisted back out of the fray. Goes for a brain buster. RGP knee down to the top of the head instead. Now he's going to go for a single unhook DDT. Zach Smith will allow it. Drilled to the mat. RGP, that took it right out of him. Now Smith sees the opening. The opportunity has presented itself, and a pile driver by the NGW alumni, putting RGP out like a light. all the damage that Roderick has taken in this matchup. That's got to do it, and it will. RGP is eliminated. It comes down to Zach Smith and Twisted. One of these two men will be the next challenger for the Rising Star Championship. Zach Smith looking to make it him right away. Pile driver now to Twisted. Smith continuing his winning streak for the win of his career. 1, 2, 3. Zach Smith, the NGW alumni, next week on the return of NGW, will receive a shot at the Rising Star Championship. What a amazing fatal four-way for the last episode of Reality Wrestling, and what a win for Smith. What has this kid done to make him? I mean, I'll be completely honest. He was pretty shite when he got called up. He was on a losing streak a mile long, but whatever he's done to turn things around for himself, boy, has it worked. Yeah, Zach Smith eliminating everyone. Billy Shaw, RGP, and Zach Smith definitely earning this championship opportunity. Now it's time to see who he will challenge for the title next week. Ryan Riley and Brandon Wren in our main event compete for the championship. Zach Smith wiping away the blood from his face, but it's just pouring back down. He's going to have to get some stitches for sure. That boon juice supply on deck, fam. That's what it is. That's what it always is, you know? The inner child of Justin Sane. What's an inner child? Long lost brother. That's not Justin Sane. That's Vega Riley. Come on. Nobody's going to get that joke except for like 2 people. All right, back to some singles action, guys. And William Strong set to compete after he made his debut a couple of weeks ago with a tremendous win over former world champion Travis Kingman. To beat a former world champion in your first matchup, that immediately puts you on the map. And now Strong is looking to continue, build off of that momentum as he takes on the Korean-born Park Sung-ho, who is still yet to have a victory here in his CMV career. Starting to build up quite the losing streak, that Kurt Hawkins-esque losing streak. He's got to turn things around. Perhaps this will be the matchup that it finally happens for him. Remember, guys, still to come, invitational action. Adam Valentine and Josh Wolf return to Reality Wrestling for its final episode. And then in our main event, the Rising Star title on the line. Ryan Riley finally gets his one-on-one shot as he will take on Brandon Rain. Making it rain, Brooklyn. Bless up. What am I, a stripper? And William Strong is definitely one of those guys you just think got created in a lab. This guy is so tall, standing at 7 feet, but also very, what's the word I'm looking for? I was trying to tip my tongue, like, I don't want to say lengthy. There's a specific word for it. Very tall but slim, and has one of those styles that just amazes you, because for his height, man, this kid can move. So incredibly athletic and agile, but also very powerful. Really the total package. William Strong looking to impress us yet again. Sung-ho from South Korea. He and his daughter's coming to CMV some months ago. His daughter's been doing pretty all right over on Ferocity, but old Papa not able to keep up with them. Later in his years, one of the oldest members of the CMV roster, he's been putting on some bangers. He's been proving he can still go in the ring, but he's just been unable to get those wins. Lanky. And a tweet here, guys, from Adam Valentine at Josh Wolf says, Reality Wrestling was the original Adam Valentine show, and tonight I'm going to prove why. All right, so here we go. William Strong, Park Sung-ho, one-on-one for our tertiary main event on the final Reality Wrestling. Referee Poe rings that bell, and let's get it on. They meet center of the ring, collar and elbow tie-up. Great start by Sung-ho, who you can see is obviously dwarfed. Most men who are going to get in that ring with William Strong are going to be dwarfed. There's actually surprisingly very few superstars over, at 7 feet tall or over 7 feet tall. Park Sung-ho, as we've seen in its recent matches since debuting some months ago, is a deadly striker. You definitely don't want to get into a fist fight with Park Sung-ho, nor do you want to let him take you down to the mat like that right there. Great wrestling slam. He owns his own dojo back in South Korea. Really just an all-around dangerous competitor. Vertical suplex right there showing off his bit of power. Strong obviously got to have a bit of, probably good, maybe 50 pounds or so on Sung-ho. Head scissors locked in, gonna try to get off some elbows, but Strong escapes in time to not allow that. Now he closes in, fireman's carry attempt, drop down behind for a reverse DDT. And a tweet from Josh Withguy's response to Valentine says, I made Reality Wrestling what it is today. We'll see what happens soon. Buster! Taking out Sung-ho real quick, and William Strong keeps the pressure on, keeps his finger to the trigger, front headlock and a pull. Sung-ho in, lets him go though. Right back at it. Grabbing him by the tights right there, just holding him in the air. What incredible power by William Strong, single-handed there for a moment. The blood rushed into the head of Park before he slammed back down to the mat with authority. Big old drop kick. And remember, let's talk about how William Strong finished off Travis King in his debut. Was a hellacious drop kick in the corner. The drop kick's such a common maneuver used by pretty much every superstar in every matchup, but the way that William Strong hits it, just at the right angle, just so much force behind it, really packs a punch. Enough to knock out a former world champion. I'm sure it'll be enough to knock out Park Sung-ho here. So Park got to try to stay out of that corner. No, we're using the same arena, Topher. Actually, we're going to get a Brandon Rain going to debut with a new Rising Star Championship as well for the rebranding next week. As Park Sung-ho is brought up to his feet, Irish whip now. Park rebounds off the ropes. Ooh, nice little chest bump, showing good sportsmanship. It's that classic meme. Into the corner, squashed like a bug, then tossed out like some garbage, like a bit of dirty laundry. And a tweet from Adam Valentine says, at Josh Wolf, if you made Reality Wrestling what it is today, then that explains why it's getting canceled. Some savagery there by Valentine. Couple of knees to the back of the head of Park Sung-ho. Now a snapmare by the newcomer. Oh, and there's a surfboard stretch. You don't see applied too much nowadays. You know, the early days of CMV, this actually tapped a lot of people out, believe it or not. Dave Turner actually utilized it quite often to finish off a few opponents. The Hall of Famer involved in that just despicable, absolutely disgusting attack by Click last week. Sanders, Slate, and Randy Orton ramming a truck into Paul Anderson and Dave Turner's car as they were leaving the arena after Wild Card, and just T-boned them guys. And reports are saying that Paul Anderson and Dave Turner both suffering numerous broken bones and both with pretty nasty concussions as well. Click really just taking up their savagery, just barbaric tactics. They could have killed Anderson and Turner. Luckily, they didn't. I'm surprised they're not all in jail right now, to be honest. I don't know how they aren't. Well-placed stomps there to the chest of William Strong, now dragged by arm and leg. Park Sung-ho gonna try for his ankle lock. Yep, there it is. Park Sung-ho wrenching, ripping at the ankle. Strong, he does not want to stand there for very long. Yeah, I don't blame him. And now Park going to go for a ride and then a flow. Military press dropped into a double knee gut buster. How often do you see that? Winding elbow drop then to the back of the head. As Park Sung-ho is dragged by the arm. Big old leg drop twice. Why not? It worked the first time. Might as well do it again. Now it's the top rope. Good Lord. Already standing 7 feet tall. This freaking specimen gonna leap from up high for a brain chop. Those big meaty claws just scrambling the brains of Sung-ho, then pulled in for a short arm clothesline, guys, and that just might be enough to do it. Hooks the leg, does William Strong 1, 2, but only a 2 count. William Strong can't seem to believe that. He better stay focused, though. Oh, no. That is not where Sung-ho wants to be, guys. Oh, okay. A couple of shoulder thrusts for whatever reason. I thought he was going to go for his drop kick. Park Sung-ho fights his way out of the corner. Might be going for it now. No, kick to the chest instead. Then a stomp to the chest. Now bringing Park Sung-ho out. Still fighting. Got to give Sung-ho credit. He does not quit. Vertical suplex. Some oomph behind it. Sung-ho smart enough to realize he's in a bit of trouble. Rolls to the apron, using the ropes to pull himself up to his feet. And a swift hook to the jaw knocks him down to the outside like a sack of stones. Big old roar from the rookie as now he stands on the apron. And oh boy, looking to get these fans up on their feet here for Reality Wrestling. Big old clothesline. Dropping the bombs. And Strong's not done either. Alley-oop power bomb. Chest first, face first to the outside. Where just pure concrete lies beneath those thin pads. Elbow drop. I can't wait for Valentine and Wolf to be 3 seconds long. Count of 5. William Strong is literally ripping apart Park Sung-ho, using the environment expertly to do so. Face first off the steel post. Sung-ho and La La Land. At count of 7, back into the ring they go. Goes for the pin, and I do not blame him. 1, 2, just a 2 count. Big old kick to the back. William Strong tries for a hook to the jaw. Looking to turn Park Sung-ho inside out. Scoop slam dropped by Shaw, though. Now back and forth, tit for tat. Another reversal. 1999 up in here. Side headlock, punch square to the face. Now a couple of forearms to the back. Double axe handle again. Beating Strong down to a pulp. Elbow to the midsection. Brain chop. Strong. Getting whopped right here, guys. This is not a good look for William. 1, 2. Just a 2 count. Park close. So close right there to his first official victory in CMV. Backs in the corner. Oh, Sung-ho, can he do it? Super kick barefoot, no! Strong moving out of the way just the nick of time, and now Strong with a cutthroat slam. And that will put you to sleep. 1, 2, 3. William Strong, after another strong performance by Park Sung-ho, puts him down for the 1, the 2, and the 3. What a final Reality Wrestling to go out on. All bangers so far. We still got 2 matches that could easily steal the show. Up next, Adam Valentine and Josh Wolf in their invitational matchup. Then our main event, the Rising Star title on the line, as Ryan Riley challenges Brandon Rain. That match was the greatest match I've ever seen in my entire life, right? I mean, even in an unsanctioned match, you can still grab at the ropes to try to help you, like, get out of the move. You know, try to pull yourself to the outside or something. Here's what finished things off, though. Big old cutthroat slam by William Strong. Does Sung Ho in. This kid continuing to impress. Did you like that, Topher? Did you take a screenshot and save it for later? Putting his jaw back in place. All right, guys, co-main event time here for the final episode ever of Reality Wrestling number 53. Invitational action coming your way as the GOAT Adam Valentine currently sits at 1-1 in the middle of the brackets. Takes on the Vessel of Fenrir, Josh Wolf, who currently is tied with Reese Ortiz at 2-0 for the lead. With a victory here, he could skyrocket to the top. And still our main event to come, Ryan Riley challenges Brandon Rain for the Rising Star Championship. We now know earlier tonight, Zach Smith, winning that fatal four-way number one contenders match, will challenge the winner of our main event next week on the returning NGW, the Season 3 premiere. The short and curly of it, Batman and Gumball, hello, is that Reality Wrestling is being retired. It will be replaced by NGW, which is going to be premiering next week. NGW Championship being brought in, and from now on, newcomers are going to be placed on NGW before going to Fusion or Genesis. That's pretty much the underline of it. As Adam Valentine as always, basking in his own glory. Started off the Invitational this year, actually, by defeating Reese Ortiz, who was in the lead for a very short while, before then taking that loss to Elijah Stewart. Now wants to go positive again, as he's at 1-1, so pretty much null, pretty much 0 on the scoreboard. And here is a tweet from Reese Ortiz that says, Reality Wrestling, best episode ever. Hey, Josh, use this opportunity to take out the trash tonight. Hashtag not the GOAT. I cannot wait for Adam Valentine and Reese Ortiz's match, man. There's been so much trash talk between those two. And actually, it's been announced, guys, that this weekend at Absolution 3, the 6 competitors in the Invitational, as they will not be allowed to partake in either of the Rumbles, will be in 6-man tag team action. It'll be Elijah Stewart, Reese Matthews, and Adam Valentine taking on Dule Zaire, Reese Ortiz, and Josh Wolf. There's only, including this matchup, 8 more Invitational matches to go. Tomorrow night, Adam Valentine takes on Dule Zaire. Will he go into that match 1-2 or 2-1? So here we go. Adam Valentine is ready to go as Josh Wolf returns to Reality Wrestling for its final episode ever. The inaugural and 2-time Rising Star champion, looking to, as Ortiz put it, take out the trash here tonight. Josh Wolf, in being victorious here, will take the lead at 3-0. And remember, we actually talked about how the past 3 invitational winners have all taken at least 1 loss. Justin Singh finished at, was it 8-1? Actually, Troy Voodoo finished at 8-1. Then Justin Singh finished at 7-1. Travis King finished at 6-1. So will Josh Wolf, will he be the first ever to go completely clean? If Josh Wolf does win here, Ortiz will have the chance to tie him again in his next invitational matchup. And here we go, Valentine, Wolf, one-on-one. Been a lot of trash talk between them throughout the night on Twitter. Now the trash talk subsides as it is time to get it on. Poe rings the bell. Absolutely phenomenal action all night long. Really every superstar going all out to make this final episode a fantastic one. Valentine brought up to his feet. And Josh Wolf grabbing him by the tie. Going for a jackhammer? Yeah, jackhammer by Wolf to get things started. That'll wake Adam up if he was not exactly with it from the get-go. Then a nasty looking DDT to immediately follow that up. What? Reese won't time if he wins the next match since he's on his team. That's not an invitational matchup, Dash. It's just at Absolution, it's going to be a 6-man tag match. That's not an invitational match itself. It's just so the invitational competitors can be at Absolution since they won't be allowed to be in either of the Rumbles. Adam Valentine trying to fire back as he brings Wolf up to his feet. Crosses the arms and a hangman's neck breaker. I think I heard the crunch of Wolf's neck from over here. Valentine now rebounds off the ropes, looking to make sure that Wolf at least takes that 1 loss. Valentine with only 1 loss himself right now, he could still get to the top. He could still place first. Remember what the winner of the Invitational gets is a future Alpha World Championship matchup. You know, most of all, they also get the trophy and the big old bonus check as well. And then those who place in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th will be put into that Feast or Fired mini game. One man will receive a mid-card title shot of their choosing, one a tag team title shot, and the other will receive a pink slip and be fired from Genesis. They'll have to find employment elsewhere at CMV, over on Fusion, or maybe go over to NGW, who knows, wherever they'll be able to get a job. Josh Wolf trying to lock up Wolf in a sharpshooter. Joshy boy having none of it, gets a big old punch to the back of the head, though. Now an Irish whip pullback attack into a high knee to the face. The self-proclaimed GOAT is looking real good right now. Kick to the ribs, wrenching back in the arms, and a boot to the upper back. Face first mush into that canvas. Reverse chin lock now by Adam Valentine, trying to slow things down. He knows that Josh Wolf really has that it's like a cache of energy that Wolf always has stored away in pockets, because he'll be getting his ass beat, and then out of nowhere you'll just see him fire back. Wolf can dig down deep to keep going when every other man would give in. So Adam Valentine knows if he did his homework that he's got to take things slow. He's got to be malicious, calculated, as he's taking a risk right here. Just runs right by Wolf like, psych! Trying to get the fans hyped, going for a big move. Wolf can make him pay for it. Tilt-a-whirl DDT on the outside. Now Josh Wolf back into the driver's seat in the ring. Arm drag, though, countered by Wolf. Counter to counter to counter to counter. Arm drag for arm drag. Scoop slam. Nope. 19.99 up in here. Back suplex. Dragged by the arm towards the center of the ring. Winding elbow drop to the back of the head. Adam Valentine gets him to his feet by arm and leg. Wants to make sure there's no rope breaks. Or what's he trying for here? Oh! Hush money by Valentine. 1, 2. Oh, just a 2 count. And Valentine can't believe it. That move was enough to keep down Reese Matthews, but Josh will be able to fight through. Now Valentine looks for a tap out with the camel clutch applied. They can do a break his back and make him humble. Wolf escapes. Single underhook DDT or a good night driver. Oh no, pinning the arm down onto the canvas and stomping away at the hand. This is how vicious Josh Wolf can be. When you get him going, when you get him angry, he will tear you apart like a slab of meat, like the wolf's prey. Vintage Wolf DDT busts Valentine wide open, blood trickling down his face, and there's the howl from the vessel Fenrir. He smells the end is nigh, and now looking to reel him in with the jaws. Valentine counters, though. Back suplex. Valentine challenging Josh Wolf to get back up. Yakuza kick by the GOAT. Gets a kick off to the knee. Josh Wolf trying to stay alive, trying to keep himself afloat. You can feel himself drowning. European uppercut. Hook to the jaw now, coming up from behind. Ooh. Indeed. Buckling under the pressure with that shin breaker, then into a back suplex. Oh, ha, ha. Numerous suplexes by Josh Wolf. The final one. Oh, into a botch. Whoa, is Adam Valentine dead? He just went completely limp. Oh, no, he's still alive, still kicking, but bleeding now. Face-to-face scoop slam. Once again, every match, seriously, everybody knows that it's the last ever episode of Reality Wrestling. They are making it one to remember, as I do believe Wolf just countered Hush Money. And now the jaws. Valentine reeled in and swallowed whole. 1, 2, 3. Josh Wolf goes to 3-0. A phenomenal matchup brought to an end as the Vessel of Fenrir takes the lead. 3-0 as Valentine drops -1 and 2. Adam Valentine going to have a chance to try to tie himself up tomorrow night on Genesis. Well, that's if Dulé Zaire decides to show up. If not, Valentine will get a free win. Remember what Castle of Fave told Zaire is that if he doesn't show up, then Valentine will get the win via forfeit. So he just automatically get that free point. But for tonight, Josh Wolf takes the lead above the rest of the pack. 3-0. Great match and a great win for Wolf. Main event time here, guys, and a tweet from hey, goodbye. Don't worry, Adam. You still got a chance to find that pink slip. A cheeky heart as well. But here we go, the culmination, the final match ever of Reality Wrestling here, edition number 53, as announced earlier. Reality Wrestling will be no more. Instead, NGW will be getting brought back for its 3rd season. And it begins next week. From now on, since the start of the season, Reality Wrestling's really been used mostly for newcomers, but they've also competed on Fusion, on Genesis. From now on, after Reality Wrestling's gone, NGW starts again. Newcomers will be competing on NGW solely. The NGW Championship will be brought back, and that will be an exclusive to NGW itself. The Rising Star Championship as well will be defended and mostly become a bigger part of NGW. Still able to be defended on Fusion, Genesis, and pay-per-views, but the NGW title itself completely exclusive to NGW. It's going to be like the rebranding of NXT, where like for the first year and a half, how that was. So we know now that next week on NGW, its first episode and its return, not only will a tournament to crown the NGW champion start, but also the Rising Star title will be on the line. Earlier tonight, Zach Smith winning a Fatal 4-Way elimination match. He will challenge the winner of this, Ryan Riley and Brandon Rain, for the championship. As Riley gets the one-on-one title match he was supposed to months ago at Dark Carnival. It was meant to be Riley one-on-one with RGP for the championship. Remember, last second, Johnny Sampson brought back Black Gale, a.k.a. Brandon Rain, and Pullman would pin Rain in that matchup to retain the title. So now, all these weeks later, Riley getting his rightful singles opportunity at the championship. And a tweet from Josh Wolf Guy says, I guess this is why the original Adam Valentine show is getting canceled. The host can't deliver. Whew. Salt into the wound. Brandon Rain, after retaining his Rising Star Championship against JT Fury this past Saturday at Wildcard, guys, remember, made it 2 defenses, which meant that he could cash in the championship for a shot either the light heavyweight title or the United States Championship. But Rain, after that match, said he cannot cash in the title. He can't risk cashing it in and then losing his shot at either the light heavyweight or United States belts, because if he does, that will give Black Gale the chance to emerge once again. Simply something he cannot allow. He feels as though that championship is the only thing really keeping Gale at bay. So he said for as long as he can, he will fight to defend the Rising Star Championship. As here he comes, the fan favorite, truly a very inspiring story. The one that Rain has lived through this season, which these two men will head into NGW next week as the Rising Star Champion to defend against Zach Smith. I believe the current record for the Rising Star title is 4 defenses set by Miles Kelly. So Rain will make it 3 should he be victorious here. And this is actually a rematch from earlier in the season. These two went one-on-one. That was when Rain was known as Black Gale. He was victorious then. Both these men obviously in very different places now, though. No more pondering, no more wondering. We're going to find out once and for all who's going to be the holder of that championship. And a tweet, guys, from Adam Valentine says, at Josh Wolf, at Reese Ortiz, how does it feel to be the sheep of Miss LaFave's conspiracy theories? Or conspiracy. It's Adam Valentine with his conspiracy theories. Ryan Riley ready to go here. And his second shot at the CMV Rising Star Championship. As you see Brandon Rain deep in thought, maybe prayer, I have no idea. Trying to calm himself, trying to collect himself. Doesn't even look up at Ryan Riley, just simply raising his hand to the air, then returning to his thoughts. Takes a long look at the championship. Hands it off to Poe. Shows it to Ryan Riley, nods his head. Psycho Ryan Riley, Brandon Rain for the CMV Rising Star Championship here in the main event of Reality Wrestling. Number 53, the final episode ever. Rings that bell, and here we go. Meet in the middle of the ring. And immediately Rain going to take control with a pump handle neck breaker. The back of Riley's head dropped down onto the knee, then some headbutts trying to concuss Riley. Right from the get-go, stomp to the back of the head. Maybe Brandon looking to make this a short defense. Taking off that top turnbuckle. I'm pretty sure Poe saw that clear as day, but doesn't want to throw this match out. The last matchup ever for Reality Wrestling. That surprises me, though. Brandon Rain isn't exactly a dirty heel. I guess he'll do what he has to retain that championship. Like he said, he feels as though that's the only thing keeping Black Gale locked up inside. If he loses the championship, he's afraid he'll be let out again. Leg drop bulldog by Ryan. Irish Whip, the challenger, waits in the rebound, taking overhead with the fireman's carry. Drop down onto his rear end. Irish, okay, hello, sugar. Irish Whip rebounds. Nice reversal. Caught with a rotation neck breaker. Up to the jaw. Caught by the champion. Forearm smash. Gonna rock and kick to the gut. Caught. Tripped up now. And, I thought he was gonna go for a half crab. Instead, a knee bar is being applied by Ryan Riley. Well, Brandon Rain be forced to submit. No, he's able to fight out of there. Turns himself around, and a trio punches directly to the face. Gonna set himself free. Now a future shock DDT by the CMV Rising Star champion. And his second reign with the title, only the second ever two-time champion, of course, behind the inaugural champion, Josh Wolf, who we just saw knock off Adam Valentine. Oh, what a clothesline by Ryan Riley. You see how he bicycle kicked before landing it? That definitely gave him a little more power behind it. Off the ropes and a lion salt by Ryan Riley to follow that up. Looking for his first championship here in CMV. Remember, the winner of this going to find themselves with a permanent position on NGW. Defending the title next week on its return against Zach Smith, who won that fatal four-way elimination match earlier tonight. Eliminating Billy Shaw, RGP, and Twisted. To get that opportunity, forearm smash. Forearm smash is deadly as ever from Brandon Rain, especially that springboard one he calls blackout. That's what he finishes most of his opponents off with. Beautiful kick to the back of the head to counter whatever Riley went for there. Up to the top rope, not afraid to take a risk. Will it pay off though? Moonstop! I think he flipped twice in the air. Twists and turns, and Brandon Rain trying to get the CMV Universe behind him. Pretty sure he already has their full support though, and a curb stomp gonna give Ryan Riley a close-up of the canvas. Might have chipped a tooth or two. Stomped down onto the shoulder now, and Ryan Riley is in all sorts of trouble. He has waited months for this one-on-one opportunity. He was supposed to get Hurricane Rana DDT. Talk about innovative offense, and now Brandon Rain goes to the apron, guys, and he has a clear setup. Riley to his feet, blackout by the champion, and that will put you down for the uno, the dos, not the trace, no toe for no trace. Ryan Riley knowing what's on the line here. Able to kick out just in the nick of time, but Brandon Rain not taking a pause, even for a moment. Corkscrew senton from the high rent district. Riley somehow getting up to his feet. I don't know how he's able to breathe well enough right now. Ribs should be cracked. Ryan Riley gonna go for that fisherman's neckbreaker. A reversal by Rain. Northern Lights suplex. And now Riley. Oh, caught with a thunderous headbutt that busts him wide open. The blood trickling down from his cut, gonna mix in with his face paint. That's gonna make it hard for him to see. Stomp to the quad and Rain from behind with a back suplex neck breaker. One of my favorite maneuvers, Brandon. Hook of the leg. What an absolutely phenomenal champion Brandon Rain is. Willing to put his title on against anyone there. Reverse DDT. Rain knows that he's got Ryan Riley on his last legs. Another headbutt as he goes to the apron once more. The final call, the beckoning. Riley to his feet, unaware of what's going to greet him. Blackout a second time. Looks like Rain might have hit the back of his head off the canvas. I don't know why he didn't go for the pin. Perhaps hitting his head made him a little bit loopy. Now Riley able to try to take control. That's going to be thwarted though. Woo! Front flip lariat. Brandon Rain, we do not see him go for this very often, ladies and gentlemen. The crunchy to retain his Rising Star Championship, make it 3 in a row. Brandon Rain is still the CMV Rising Star Champion, capping off Reality Wrestling with a dominant retention over Ryan Riley. And what a better way to close the book on Reality Wrestling than with some great sportsmanship shown. A fantastic effort by Ryan Riley. It simply was not enough to get the job done, and a handshake. Reality Wrestling is no more next week. NGW returns, guys. The Rising Star title will be on the line. Zach Smith challenges Brandon Rain to tournament to crown. The NGW champion begins. And a new book will be written for the dog. Yeah, really going out, nah, Flashy. Really treating me well. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining. They were like cool 100 minutes as well. I like that. I like that. My OCD likes that. Ooh, Twisted got injured. Let's see how that impacts him heading into the rebranding of NGW next week. Guys, that's right. NGW returns to replace Reality Wrestling on Thursdays. The NGW Championship being introduced as an exclusive to the show, where NGW will be solely for newcomers. They will be competing only on there before they're called up to either Fusion or Genesis. The Rising Star Championship also will be mainly defended there. Still can be defended on Fusion or Genesis and on pay-per-views as well, but I'm certainly excited for it. I'm excited for this this fresh coat of paint, if you will. And don't forget, guys, tomorrow is Genesis, the last episode before this weekend's Absolution 3 with not one but 2 Royal Rumble matches. You are not going to want to miss it. As always, if you like what you saw and you want to see more, make sure you do follow me so you know when I go live. ! CMV. We'll let you know more about us. ! Join. We'll give you a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. If you have an Xbox One and you want your call on the show, you are more than welcome. Official CMV_ is our Twitter. If you want to follow us, we got updates, rankings, match cards, all that kind of good stuff, signings, etc., etc. ! Discord. If you do think about joining, make sure you join that. There for you. And last but not least, we'll close out the final Reality Wrestling with some wise words from the Fupa Lord himself, DJ Khaled. And he says this: the key is to be honest, but don't play yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, do not play yourself. I'll see you all on the morrow.